Hi friends, welcome back. In this chapter, I would like to explain what resources will be created when we deploy a virtual machine. The first one would be virtual network. When we create a virtual machine will reside in the virtual network. It should be like a home to the virtual machine. And the next resource would be disks. Along with the virtual machine, disk will be created. It contains the OS of a virtual machine. So we can say it is a OS disk. And the next one would be network interface card. It is attached to the virtual machine like a computer. So whatever traffic goes in goes out from the virtual machine should be goes via network interface card. So it contains a private IP and then a public IP. The final one would be network security group. It acts like a firewall to the virtual machine. What type of traffic should go into the virtual machine and should go out from the virtual machine decided by network security group. So let's create a lab session for deploying a virtual machine. If you log into the Azure portal, you can see the resources over here, Azure services. So I want to create a virtual machine. You can go ahead and create directly from here, or go to the menu on the on the left hand side. You can find out a virtual machine and you can select that one. Go ahead and create a virtual machine. Yeah, the first thing would be subscription. So this subscription can be used for a billing purpose against your resource. And then resource group, each resource should be a part of resource group. So I don't have any resource group. Let's create it. I'm just creating as a test VM group and give a name to your virtual machine and select the region according to your specifications. I would like to select Central India. So availability options, we can discuss about availability later in this chapter. So I'm selecting no infrastructure redundancy required. Go for security type, standard, and the image. I would like to select a Windows image. You can see a lot of images here. If you want to select Ubuntu image, you can go ahead and select. If you want to select Oracle Linux, you can select CentOS. You can select. It all depends upon your requirement. For a testing purpose, I am selecting Windows Server. So yeah, few times you might see this is the size. So if you see, initially it is taking standard D2S v3 size, instance size, and the cost for this instant would be 10,000 rupees per month. So in few regions you might not be available to create this particular sizes. I mean, sizes are varies from the region to region, and they also varies from image to image. For example, let me select South India here. If I select a South India, see here we're getting a error. The size is currently unavailable in South India for the subscription, right? So it depends upon the region, and I'm selecting Central India, going back and selecting Central India. So now I select Windows Server 2019 data center. Let's go ahead and choose the size. Depends upon my requirement or your requirement. I would like to go with the standard B1S. So here you can get all the sizes. On the right hand side you may get the cost for the month. Yes, now you can see the cost here on the right hand side. So here you can see the size and the family and the number of virtual CPUs it has, RAM sizes, and the data disk it supports. You can find out all the information based upon your requirement. You can go ahead and select. I would like to select B2S in this case. So yes, so if I select a B1S, that might not support. Let's go ahead and select B1S. Okay, I have selected B1S and then give username. This can be used to log into your virtual machine. We need to remember it. You can give any name, whatever you want. And allow selected port. Next one would be the ports that you are allowing. I want to RDP into this particular virtual machine, so I am by default, you can see, as it is a Windows server, we need to take remote desktop access into this one, so it's RDP. It allows this particular port. And go to the next and select your disk type. I'll tell you later about the OS disk type. I would like to go with a standard SSD. And encryption, leave it as it is. If you want, you can create and attach a new disk as well. Right now I don't want to do that. Go to the networking. So I already told you this virtual machine should be a part of virtual networks. If you want to go ahead and create a new virtual network, that's fine. Or if you want to assign your virtual machine to the existing network, that's also fine. You can go ahead and select it from the here. Right now I don't have any virtual networks, so I'm taking this one as a default. It will go ahead and create a virtual network with this name. And the subnet, leave it as it is. And the network security groups, basic, so yeah, leave it everything as it is. And go next, leave it as it is. Go to the advanced, go to the tags, next review and create. So let's review it. It's part of, let's review it. The instance size would be the standard B1S, and we can see its cost here. And we can see the subscription, what is the resource group, machine name, region, and everything here. And you can see what is the virtual network group and the subnet. And we can see the disk type that we are assigned to it. Let's go ahead and create. It will take around 5 minutes to deploy a virtual machine. Let's come back after 5. Once the deployment is completed, here we can see your deployment is completed, right? So we can go to the resource and we can see whether it is created or not. So now we can see what is the status of this. The status is running, and we can also see the operating system. We can also see the operating system and the size, standard B1S as we specified, and then the public IP address and the network group. We can see all these details over here, and you can see the subscription information as well. So if you want to see what are the other resources created along with the virtual machine, go to the menu and select all resources, and you can see what are the other resources that are deployed. Test VM has been deployed, along with the IP address has been created. A public IP will be treated as a separate resource in Azure, and then network security group, and then network interface. Disk has been created, VM group, all the resources that I have specified in the previous lesson.